Okay, so there are way too many stories, as I'm discovering, for me to tell you all of them. But that's okay, because that'll just give me the chance to verbally tell you them later, or you can find them on your own. But there are tons and tons and tons of stories, and I'm kind of running out of time here, to be honest. I've got other stuff I have to do, and I love you, but you're not going to have time to watch all of these videos, and I'm not going to be able to upload them fast enough. So, anyway, maybe I'll do more later, but for now, I'm going to head straight to the end because it's important, and you should probably know the end. So, there's this dude, Balder. He's the son of Odin and Frigg, who's Odin's wife. And he is really nice. Everyone loves Balder. I don't know, he's just the nicest guy there is. There's no one dislikes him. And he's very attractive, and everybody loves Balder. But he starts having these really bad dreams about his own death. He keeps dreaming that he's going to die. And there aren't any specific details as to how or why, but he's just been having a lot of nightmares, and this kind of freaks Odin and Frigg out, because they love him. Everybody loves him, especially Frigg, though, his mother. So she decides to go off and to make everything in the world promise that it will not harm Balder, just as a precaution. It was a huge precaution, actually, but she decides to make everything in the world promise that it's not going to hurt him. So she goes to every person, she goes to every rock, every type of tree, every type of animal, everything, absolutely everything, and everything loves Balder, so it all promises, everything and everyone in the whole 9 realms promises they will never, ever, ever harm Balder, except mistletoe. Is it mistletoe or is it? Sorry, this is important. I'm pretty sure it's mistletoe. But sometimes I get mistletoe and holly mixed up. It's mistletoe. I can't find it, but I know that it is. Yeah, it is. Sorry for that little interlude. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving you totally false information. It's mistletoe. Because mistletoe is really young, and she's like, mistletoe isn't gonna hurt Balder. So, which is stupid. I don't know why she does that, but she's like, mistletoe isn't gonna hurt Balder. It's mistletoe. So she doesn't make that. She doesn't even ask mistletoe. She just leaves it alone. So after that, everyone in Asgard begins to find it incredibly amusing to throw things at him, because everything just bounces off. So everybody starts hurling knives and spears and rocks and anything they can find they hurl at Balder. And they just keep doing this over and over and over and over again, and I imagine that it gets pretty old to just stand there and have things hurled at you, but that's what they do. And they keep trying to, because it's amusing. It's like a drinking game. They're all in this tavern drinking and partying and eating and throwing things at Balder. And he thinks it's kind of funny, I suppose, at first, because they like it and he's nice. So Loki is not finding this amusing. because it's stupid. He thinks it's really stupid, and also, uh, you know, he's angry at them. He is angry at them still for what happened before and how they treat him and what they did to his kids and, you know, letting him get his mouth sewn up and everything like that. So his patience is growing thin with the gods, and he's bored, and you never give somebody like him a puzzle or tell them that something is impossible to do and expect them to not try to do it. So, because everybody said that Boulder can't be killed, he decided that his new game would be trying to figure out how Baldur could be killed. Which is not very nice because Baldur's a good guy, but he decided that this is what he was going to do. So he went around and he did some research or whatever, and he discovered that mistletoe had never promised that it wouldn't hurt Baldur. So he went and got... Wait, what is this part of the story? I never heard of this part. Oh yeah, no, he asked Frigg. That's stupid. He asked Frigg. You know, he went up to her and he was like, wow, that's pretty impressive that nobody can hurt Baldur. That's kind of, you know, this game is pretty stupid that everybody's playing. Don't you think he's getting sick of it? She's like, yeah, but there's really nothing I can do to stop it, I suppose. And he's like, so you got everything to say that it wasn't going to hurt Baldur? And she's like, well, yeah, except for mistletoe. I didn't ask that because it's, you know, stupid. So that's how he found out. They don't always use their brains. So, and they all think that he doesn't have anything to hold against them, so nobody was really thinking that he would do anything. So, of course, he goes straight to mistletoe and finds a nice little sprig of it and cuts it off, and he sharpens it, and he goes back to... Oh god, my camera's really stupid. So he goes back to the hall where everybody, which is Gladsheim, which is the hall of the gods, and they always go there. And he goes over to Hod, who is Baldur's brother. It's Baldur's brother, but he's like this old blind man. I forget how he got that way. But Idun, I think he tried to, like, rape Idun or something, and so she won't give him her apples anymore. And that's why he's so old and ugly and kind of, like, put aside. So he goes over to Hod and he's like, you know, everybody's having fun except for you. Everybody's hurling stuff at Baldur and you don't get... Why are you not playing? And Hod's like, well, I'm blind. I can't see to throw anything. I used to be really good at this. I used to be really good at throwing stuff, obviously, and hitting my mark, but I can't do it anymore because I can't see. And he's kind of depressed. And Loki's like, well, that's pathetic. Let me help you. I'll help you. And so he gives the dart that he has made out of mistletoe to Hod, and he's like, look, I'll help guide your hand. Let's go over here where nobody's really seeing us, and we'll throw the dart. So he takes his hand, and Hod's kind of excited because everybody always ignores him, and he's going to get to play. So he lets Loki guide his hand, and they throw the dart, and it hits Baldur, and it doesn't bounce off. And Baldur is very confused for a second, and then he dies. And Loki backs off, and everyone turns and looks at Hod, who's standing there, and he doesn't know what he's done. He's all excited because he's just thrown something and hit his mark. So he's looking all happy, and everybody's looking at him with horror and turn on him. And I'll have to pick this up next week.